this is Wrestling Dr. Hal Lee, and I'm here with Lance Alonte. Lance, appreciate you talking to us.
Thank you.
This is going to be for Pro Wrestling Extra. You're known as the Hot One. Where'd you get that nickname?
Well, I just look at it as when I first started in the business, my actual first ring name was the Hal Alonte. We were trying to come up with a gimmick, and no one really knew what Alonte meant, so they thought it was mysterious. And I've always been a little arrogant, called myself the Hot One, so they threw Hot and Alonte together, and that was my gimmick for about a year. And after that, I went ahead and just transformed into the Hot One, Lance Alonte, and just used my real name because, I think my mother gave me a very remarkable name for, me, period. But otherwise, yeah, I've been going for the Hot One, Lance Alonte since 2003.
Okay, and you started in 2002?
2002, I started training December of 2002 under Chris Turner's promotion, CCW. And I was trained by John Davis, Guilford DiBenedetto, and Neil Krause, known as Blaine Rage. So otherwise, they've taught me a lot, and I'm very blessed that I got to meet those guys, for sure. And then especially being here tonight, being with them, especially.
Well. You're in an unusual match tonight?
Yes.
An 8-man tag team gauntlet match?
That would be correct, for the first time ever for the Pro Wrestling Rage Tag Team Champions.
Okay, and who's your partner?
My partner would be actually an independent sensation that I've been wanting to meet for a while, Lance Alonte.
Great.
And tonight, Lindsay and I, the plan is to become the first Pro Wrestling Rage Tag Team Champions, and I foresee it happening tonight, for sure.
All right. So, another question I want to ask you is, and I try to ask all the guys about what particular style you're working in the ring. Have you picked up a particular style, or are you blending styles?
My style is pretty simple. I like doing a lot of striking, a lot of stiff kicks, a lot of forearms. I mean, simple things like that. Not really much of a high flyer. I do things here and there out of the ring, but I like to keep it simple with just striking.
Okay. You traveling a lot?
As of right now, I have been just working for the Coastal Wrestling Association based out of Stark, Florida. Kind of disappeared from the wrestling world for a couple of years and just been doing about a booking or two every month near home, basically. But starting this month, I plan on actually getting back on the road and having a rebirth to basically bring up the name, the Hot One, Lance Alonte, to what it used to be.
Okay, that's good. Now in Stark, I've seen some of the tapes that came out of there, and you're really getting over well with the crowd. They're responding to you. Now, that's what we want.
Oh, yeah.
When you get out there and you want a response, that's what you're working for. You've got charisma.
Thank you.
You have a good wrestling ability. What most people learn and start, of course, is the ring psychology.
Yes.
So you've been in it long enough, you've got a pretty good grasp on the ring psychology. How about storylines? Have you had a storyline where you've been able to grab onto it, say you're working one guy and you're married up? Is there anybody that you feuded with?
But my main feuds in CWA would have to be Ash Christensen, the Broken Angel Fear, Kevin Cantrell at one point when he was working for the company, but otherwise, usually every month they try to pair us with different talent to try to get a story made out of that. But right now they're actually working on rebuilding the company, so and they actually have a show in October to rebrand the build, basically, for the company.
Now, I've asked this question to a few other people, and I'd like to ask this of you. Top 5 indie wrestlers that, in your opinion, looks like they're going to go somewhere, or the top 5 wrestlers you've worked with?
The top 5 right now, in my opinion, and I'm also wanting to work with some of these gentlemen, I would say John Davis, Lindsay Dorado, I would also say A.R. Fox, there's a lot. Dagon Briggs, who I'm actually going to be working in October for CWA here in Jacksonville Beach.
Great work.
Phenomenal. Also, I want to say Craig Classic is another guy who's out in Japan right now. Someone I've worked twice in singles, and I'd definitely like to work with him again.
Okay. Where do you see yourself in a year? I know you're just coming back, so let's project a year from now. Where do you think you're going to be?
I'd say in a year, people will once again know. And for new fans, they will know exactly who the Hot One, Lance Alonte is. I plan on coming back, having this big rebirth, and I plan on dominating the junior heavyweight, cruiserweight division. Whatever you throw at me, I'm going to dominate it. And whoever they throw at my way. It's as simple as that.
I've talked to a lot of guys. I was the junior heavyweight champion, United States junior heavyweight champion 4 times back in the late 80s, early 90s. And I enjoyed being a junior heavyweight champion, and I've talked to a lot of guys, and they say that is something that maybe have gone away, that most of the guys just want to be heavyweights, and I don't see it. And when I was there, and from what I'm seeing with guys your size and stuff, it's much better when you're working guys even close to your weight and stuff, where you can actually show what you can do in there. When you're working a giant, there's not a whole lot you can do.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a difference with working a heavyweight and a junior heavyweight. And when it comes to that, I can work with either, but I prefer to work with a junior heavyweight, of course.
Right, because you get the rest.
That's right, to showcase exactly what we can do with one another in the ring and build that chemistry, basically. So
we've seen a resurgence of the independent guys going forward to the WWE and to TNA, and that is the smaller guys going up and being heavyweight champions there. But their work rate and their work ability is exceptional. You know, is there anybody up there that you look at and say that's where I want to be?
Yeah, right now, to be honest with you, I admire CM Punk, Dolph Ziggler, Zack Ryder, guys like that are guys that are mid-card and main event, who are not even big guys, and they are over as anyone else. That's how I look at it.
Well, I think so. I think they broke the ceiling. When you bring in Daniel Bryan Daniels, whatever you want to call him, CM Punk, Austin Aries, you know, all these guys are breaking the ceiling and letting the fans see what it's like to see guys your size and their size get out there and do what they can do and show their skill. And I'm looking forward to seeing your skill tonight.
Thank you.
And we'll be watching. And I appreciate you sitting down with me.
Anytime.
This is the Wrestling Doctor, Hal Lee, for Pro Wrestling Extra. Thank you.